Hey friends, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. My name is Sammy and welcome back to Fall Foods Friday 2023, hosted by Falon over at Moss Family TV. I'm sure you all know who she is because she is such a wonderful person and she is truly a blessing in my life. I'll tell you that. Her and her family, I love them dearly. But she does this fall collaboration every fall for I don't know how many years now. This is my second year being able to participate in it since I am a fairly new YouTuber. But I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, give me a big thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and think about subscribing and becoming part of my YouTube family because I would absolutely love to have you. In this video, we're going to be making a pumpkin banana nut bread, which it is to die for. It is so good, and I hope you all enjoy it, and yeah, I hope you all try to make it. Let me know if you've ever had it before, if you've made a version of it, because I would absolutely love to see if you have different versions of it as well. So without further ado, let's get into making this banana bread. Come on, let's go. All right, so since it's still cool, it's morning, I'm gonna go ahead and make some pumpkin banana bread. I'll have this recipe linked below so you all can get the ingredients and everything, but you'll need all-purpose flour, brown sugar. I only have light, it calls for dark, but I have light brown sugar. You'll need some salt, baking powder, baking soda, vanilla. It only calls for pumpkin pie spice, but I like a little extra cinnamon, so I have that sitting out too. You'll need two, well, just some bananas. These are kind of on its last legs. So we're going to go ahead and use those, and it does take 2 bananas per loaf, so I'm going to make 2. I pulled my walnuts out of my freezer, so I need to chop some of those up. You'll need some eggs, some butter, and of course, the star of the show, the pumpkin. So anywho, that's what we're going to go ahead and make. I'll just kind of set you up and you can see step by step. And yeah, but that's what we're doing now. Okay, so right here, I'm just going to go ahead and get all of my ingredients together and start putting in the flour for this. You know, it never fails. Every time I go to make something, I always have to make a huge mess. Otherwise, it just don't taste right. I mean, I can't be the only one, right? But once you get your flour in there, this is where I remembered I didn't have my hook in there, or whisk, or whatever you want to call it. So I added the flour, and I'm going to go ahead and add in the pumpkin pie spice and the cinnamon. It only called for pumpkin pie spice, but I wanted a little extra, so I put a little extra cinnamon in there. And then I added in the baking soda and the salt and no, baking powder, I'm sorry. So once you get all your dry ingredients together in there, that's when you want to just mix that well until, you know, it is combined through. That way you don't get no spots in it, that doesn't have everything together, I should say. So I always just mix my dry ingredients good first, and I always scrape down the sides just to make sure everything gets mixed in. My old KitchenAid had a beater paddle that had like what is the word I'm trying to think of, but it had like a smooth edge to where it would scrape the sides of the bowl, but this one don't have that. So once that's all mixed together, you'll just take your smushed bananas or your smashed bananas, however you want to say it, dump that into there, and thank goodness for aprons because my clothes would have been filthy by the end of this. Then you want to add in your melted butter into the mix, and I believe you needed to add in your vanilla, and I think we added in brown sugar and pumpkin to this as well. So here I'm just adding in the pumpkin, and I had to figure out my measurements real quick because I cut this in half. because I was only going to make 1 loaf instead of 2. If you follow the original recipe down below, you will just make it as is, but I cut mine in half, so that's why it'll look a little bit different. But then I just add in my eggs and the pumpkin there, and then I think we put in the vanilla and the brown sugar, if I'm not mistaken. Now, in the original recipe, it also called for, I think it was dark brown sugar, but I only had light sugar. And then you'll also need granulated sugar as well. I did cut back on that too because I figured it would be too sweet with the bananas and everything in there. So I put a little bit less than that as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and put all that in there and let this mix together until it is well combined. All right, y'all, so when it is well combined, that's when you want to add in your crushed up, I used walnuts. The recipe called for pecans, but I didn't have any, so that's why I just went ahead and crushed on up some walnuts right there, dumped them on in, and I'm going to mix them again together just until they're folded in there. I didn't turn it up very high. I just wanted to make sure they get all through the batter, and then we're just going to go ahead and pour this into some greased bread pans, and then lay some more walnuts on top. That way it just looks all pretty, and then bake it until it's done. All right, y'all, so I'm getting ready to put these in the oven, and with the magic of editing, you'll see them here, and they'll be all done and nice and golden brown. But I just wanted to say a special thanks to Falon for hosting another year of Fall Food Fridays. I really enjoyed this collab, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe and that you'll give it a try because it is so, so good. But until next time, my friends, God bless. Bye. Oh, P.S. Don't forget to check out the playlist below.